Yo, crypto nation and mining family. Crypto nation and mining family. What's going on? And of course, like always, it's not financial advice. Yo, crypto nation and mining family. What's going on out there? So, almost Friday. So definitely late night in the mines, guys. So, got some juicy little bits of news going on here. So let's kind of dig into this all. So, first little bit comes out from Taipei, Taiwan. From the leading global motherboard manufacturer, graphics card, and small form factor PC, ASRock, takes the lead in announcing for their custom graphics card products in their RX 5700 Challenger 8GB overclock series graphics card. Yo. Definitely an interesting looking card, guys. So check it out. Boom. Kind of an interesting looking card, isn't it, guys? Very plain, very basic. Be interesting to see if it's got any RGB on it. To me, it doesn't really matter. Once it's in my PC, I can care less if it twinkles. But there's other people out there that are like, oh my gosh, it glows. So for some people, that will make a difference. For me, what gets me going on this is that it's utilizing the new RDNA architecture, the heart of AMD's 7nm technology processes. Features 40 completely redesigned compute units, delivering performance in up to 4 times IPC improvements, which is instructions per cycle, which definitely speeds up its the CPU end of it. Considering that AMD, they already know how to use memory. They're kind of like the gurus of memory, in my opinion, of course. How they utilize it for rendering and stuff is a lot better and more effective than NVIDIA. But when it comes down to playing video games, dude, I'm sorry, I'm an NVIDIA guy. I've got a GTX 1080 Ti Zotac Amp Extreme already in my PC, so I should tell you right there. I mean, you don't see me putting in 2080 series. I'm not baller status. I don't have a lot of money. I got everything used. I've probably been mined on at least for a year. I guarantee you. But where was I? Oh yeah. So with the new instructions better suited for visual effects, volumetric lighting, blurring, depth of field, multi-level catch hierarchy. So they're basically optimizing the card as best as they can for AMD's architecture for video gaming. Now, I know for video gaming that there are drawbacks with their new architecture because it's being done up across 2 dies. You do have a small latency between the communication of the 2 dies. It has been noticeable in a few games from a few other people. Until I get my hands on it, I really couldn't tell you how bad it is, but they're saying that in a heads up tests, there are small differences. I'm wondering, it's like you'll see it kind of for the videos that I have seen, you will see them kind of just stutter in certain spots where NVIDIA, you'll see them kind of slow down a little bit, maybe pixelate through, but they get through those spots a little bit more seamlessly without stuttering. And I think it's just, architecture of everything being done on an NVIDIA in 1 die versus AMD now doing it through 2 dies. So there are, until they get all of that bugs worked out of it. I think for video games, you're going to see some holdbacks on AMD's new RDNA architecture. But for mining, guys, now that I'd like to see. It looks like on the 5700 Challenger, the non-XT, you're going to be looking at a base clock of 1550, and then it's got a game boost clock of 1725 megahertz. So definitely you can tell that it's not at the 1070 or the 1080 status, but very formidable for being their lower tier card. So their XT is going to have 1650 base clock with a 1905 on the boost. Now that right there puts it just under where my 1080's boost clock hits when I'm mining. So I wonder if that's the upper end limit, or if it has a little bit more headroom if I tweak the timings on it a little bit. That I'd be curious on. And do I have to throw the kitchen sink at it? And what I mean by that is, do I have to be powering this thing up and be using an LM2 pod on here in order to get the temps down so that I can run them at that frequency? So until the mining software itself comes out properly, because right now a lot of the mining software that does allow the 5700 series to mine on are running on very generic mining clocks on here. I had the same similar problem on this card here, which is my 1660 Ti, which is the ASRock Asus Strix Edition. For at least a month, I wasn't able to do any real significant overclocking or undervolting or anything like that on the card. Now, I mean, look at it. It's mining away. I'm able to play with the fans finally. I can sit there and play with the core and the memory clock, and I can actually crash the card out. These were responses that I could not get out of the card for at least the first month. I expect the same thing on this, and a lot of the people that I know that have them have all expressed that they are working, but they're on generic straps, so they're unable to like play with the overclocks and stuff like that at this time. So that's why with some of the newer stuff I'm kind of holding off on it. I have been kind of eyeballing like the 1660 Ti, the 2060 Ti, the 2060 Super. That's replacing the 2060. I was kind of looking into that one because the Super is basically has everything's unlocked on there, and it's been given 8 gigabytes of GDDR6, so it becomes very appealing with the proper amount of RAM on there. Yo, so definitely I'm going to be keeping an eye out on this stuff as soon as some people start saying that, hey, look, I've got the straps finally working because the mining programs are finally allowing this. Then I might grab one for testing purposes, even if I don't keep it. But I definitely would like to get one just for testing, but not right off the bat until I know that the mining programs are working for it. No point in grabbing the hardware just to sit on it. That's what I did with the 1660 Ti. I grabbed it and then I benched it until the software was all working for it and I was finally able to do full spectrum testing on it. But that is just me on that one. And if you guys have been waiting for the 2080 Ti Super, not gonna happen.
Nope.
From Jeff Fisher from NVIDIA's PC Business, he replied to Tweaktown that the 2080 Ti Super would not be. Definitely not be at this time. Even though that, you know, there's definite room between the Titan RTX and the RTX 2080 Ti. I don't think that they're going to be pulling that one out unless AMD makes something that hits too close to the 2080 Ti. I think that's just my opinion on it. Or maybe they're saving that for Christmas, you know. Maybe somebody's looking for a Super for Christmas. Don't know. I'm just speculating. But, I mean, personally, I think that if AMD makes something that's a little closer to the Ti, I think then they might release a 2080 Ti Super. It's really not unfathomable for them to just make the thing unlocked, because that's basically what they were doing to the Super of the 2070 and the 2060 is basically unlocked with 8 gigs of GDDR6 on it. So definitely they can do it to the 2080 Ti. But that's just me. Just speculating on all of that, of course. But I was kind of hoping that they would come out with a 2080 Ti Super. It would be interesting. But it has been confirmed that it's not going to happen.
Nope.
And with that, guys, I hope you find these videos definitely informative. And like always, smash the Lizzy like button, guys. Smash the hell out of it. Share these videos. Hit the bell notification. Share these videos with all the other people. It helps me get the knowledge out to all you awesome people. And with that, guys, like always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.